All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a whole bunch of good crypto news stuff for you today. And the first thing that I want to jump into is that a Kremlin economist insists that Russia is planning on buying $10 billion in Bitcoin. So Ginkgo, an economist with ties to the Kremlin, says the Russian government will convert some of its US dollar reserves into Bitcoin. It's a move that could start as early as February. So I did talk about this a little bit on another video in the past, and more news articles are coming out about this. So is this just fake news? Is it just FOMO? Who knows? But it is interesting, the reasoning for it. The Russian government is about to make a step to start diversifying financial reserves into Bitcoin, since Russia is forced by U.S. sanctions to dump U.S. Treasury bonds and take back U.S. dollars. And these sanctions will adopt modern financial technologies, lead to Russia the way investing its reserves into Bitcoin. So basically, a lot of sanctions on Russia, and they're saying, screw you, we're just going to buy some Bitcoin. The Economist also believes cryptocurrency-related activity now comprises as much as 8% of the country's GDP. What's more, Ginkgo expects Russia to also create an intermediary bit ruble, which it will trade for the Bitcoin. And the proposal that I understand is on the desk of the finance minister at the moment is to create some sort of intermediary cryptocurrency, commented Maddie Greenspan. We know that Vladimir Putin is a big advocate of blockchain technology. Obviously, he doesn't like the sanctions that have been placed on him. Yeah, I wouldn't either. And he's already said that these types of sanctions are going to lead to de-dollarization. This is more or less the direction the Russian government is heading. And they have a lot of crypto regulations on their agenda. So are they going to buy $10 billion at once? Probably not. If they actually are going to buy Bitcoin and start replacing the US dollar with Bitcoin and all their bonds with Bitcoin, I doubt it's going to be all at once. Buying it all at once like that would take quite a while in terms of a limit order, and if you just market bought it all, you'd end up buying a lot of money in Bitcoin, and so it's probably better to just do it slowly over time. I don't think any government would want to just spend 10 billion all at once trying to buy a new asset like that. So they say it could start as early as February, but I'm assuming it's going to be a small increase over time. But if Russia does buy $10 billion in Bitcoin, we'll swap on over to Coin market cap here. Bitcoin's market cap is only $64 billion right now. So putting $10 billion into Bitcoin will raise its price pretty substantially. So that would be pretty interesting to see, as Russia is usually pretty okay with cryptocurrency. At the very least, as I said, 8% maybe of their GDP is in cryptocurrency, which that seems a little high to me, but who knows? That could be correct. So is this real? Is it fake? Nobody knows, I guess, but these news articles keep popping up over and over in the same way that Jihan Wu articles kept popping up that he was going to step down as CEO, and everyone's like, oh, no, this is false, this is false. And then it turns out, no, I guess it's true. Somebody else is going to be stepping up, and he's just going to be kind of a co-chairman. Moving on. Somebody solved the $1,000 Bitcoin puzzle hidden in the Paris mural. I guess there was little like words for a mnemonic key like spread out through this, and you just had to sort of figure out where the words were and put them in the correct order. So if you studied it, I would imagine if you went up to this mural and took some very, very high resolution photographs and then put them all together so that you could zoom in, apparently there's words hidden throughout it, and then those are just words to the mnemonic key. Bitcoin has reported on January 7th that a street artist, Pascal Boyart, has painted a revolutionary street mural in celebration of the 10th birthday of the Genesis block. And hidden within that mural was a Bitcoin puzzle with a $1,000 reward, which later grew to 0.28 Bitcoin, a little bit more money that somebody gave through a public donation. Marabrito 31 and I just found it, the mural painting puzzle in Paris. We are very happy to win this race. We thank P-Boy and everyone involved for this artwork, for their creativity. The exact solution to the puzzle is yet to be revealed, although I did read a few articles that there were some key words hidden in the mural, which is likely for a mnemonic phrase. We'll post the story and details of our findings on the following day. Spread Bitcoin! The only thing that the user has shared is that they think this painting clearly exposes the fight of the French citizens who were always united during history to triumph over bankers' lies. So with the whole yellow jacket protest going on, the mural itself does not have a revolutionary note to it, depicting a woman waving the French flag, in which seems to call to fight backed by men in yellow vests. The yellow vest movement in France started in November 2018, and boy, it is pretty wild. Some wicked protests. I don't think as bad as the whole the Ukrainian Kiev protests. That was really insane. I think that was like 2013 or 14. There was actually snipers and people shooting. I remember seeing a guy literally throw a grenade at police one time. There was a video. But, so that's not that crazy. But still, fighting for all the austerity going on, and very interesting movement. You guys should check it out. Moving on to the next article. Gate.io gets funds returned after Ethereum Classic attack. Very strange. So there was the Ethereum Classic attack, and tons of Ethereum were essentially double spent, and then they were kind of returned, or at least most of them. One of the exchanges affected by the 51% attack on the Ethereum Classic network has had some of the coins returned, as disclosed in a recent statement. The still unidentified attacker apparently returned $100,000 worth, which is a fraction of the estimated loss of about $1 million, excuse me. It just returned it. We still don't know the reason. If the attacker didn't run it for profit, he might be a white hacker who wanted to remind people of the risks in blockchain consensus and hashing power security, the exchange team explained. The ETC network is still 100% nice hashable based on Crypto 51 statistics, meaning it is still possible to buy mining power for the attacks, but this time the assault may have been more suspended to pass the exchange's confirmation requirements. Confirmation, or the communication between nodes, takes longer, sometimes hours, before a transaction credit ballots the trading platform. Currently, it holds $4,560 to attack Ethereum Classic for 1 hour. Based on our analysis, the hashing power of ETC network is still not strong enough, and it's still possible to rent enough hashing power to launch another 51% attack. Gate.io has raised the ETC confirmation to 4,000 and launched a strict 51% detect for enhanced protection. We also suggest other ETC exchanges take actions to protect the trader from blockchain. So NiceHash strikes again. So did this come from NiceHash? Nobody knows, but NiceHash is, in case you guys don't know, NiceHash, you mine on NiceHash, and really you're renting your hash power. So you're not actually mining. You're being paid in Bitcoin, but you're not necessarily mining Bitcoin. What you're doing is mining whoever the highest bidder is. And there's ways to exploit NiceHash. For a while there, if you've ever been mining on NiceHash and, you know, like your profits just went through the roof, you know, 4, 5, 6 times as much as you normally make in a day, and then it just goes down to nothing, and that might seem strange to you. And so you can go on NiceHash and bid for hash power, so pay a certain amount. So what people will do is they will pay a ridiculous amount for hash power of some whatever coin. So that takes everybody's hash power, because it's an automated system where it finds profits. So everybody goes to that because somebody is paying a ridiculous amount for hashing power of a coin. They overbid everybody else. So everybody's computers sort of go to that one. And then what they do is they cancel that order, and then they put their hash power at a reasonable price at something else. So they end up getting a lot of hash power. They take away everybody from this, and then it gets canceled. So then everybody works for very little on something else. And they get a ton of hash power that moves to something else. So it's really weird how they move the hash power around and exploit it. And another way is just you just spend a whole bunch of money and get everybody to hash one thing. And then you essentially have 51% of the hash rate like that. So NiceHash is sort of the bane of mining recently, in the fact that people could just pay a bunch of money and be able to 51% attack some smaller coins like Bitcoin Gold and Ethereum Classic, etc. So moving on to the next article here, a gamer gets $70,000 in Bitcoin donations, literally. A video gamer going by Sick Nerd has been tipped more than $70,000 in crypto while streaming a game of RuneScape on Twitch. Most of the money was donated in several separate transfers of BTC by another user with the handle Light Puma. So on Friday, Sick Nerd got a total of 46 crypto donations amounting to around 20 BTC, which is about $73,000 at the time of writing. Other Twitch users have recorded the stream and the gamer's reactions. Later, Sick Nerd went to Twitter to thank his mysterious benefactor. So it's basically from Streamlabs. Through Streamlabs, you could set up your Coinbase account so that people can tip you in Ethereum, Bitcoin, etc. And apparently somebody had a lot of money to just throw at somebody for some reason. Next time I'm streaming, you guys can give me $70,000 of Bitcoin. Worth a shot. So, crazy. I don't know why that's news, but I thought it was just interesting. Moving on. Bitcoin futures market Bakkt makes its first acquisition. Bakkt may not be able to launch its planned Bitcoin futures exchange this month as planned because, one, the SEC still has to give it a go, and two, we got a awesome government shutdown in the United States right now because of some border wall or something. I don't know why. But that hasn't stopped the company from developing its projects. Kelly Loeffler announced Monday that the New York Stock Exchange backed startup was acquiring certain assets belonging to Rosenthal Collins Group, an independent futures commission merchant. RCG had previously announced it was selling its customers' accounts and brokerage business to British firm Marex Spectron. Bakkt previously announced that it had raised $183 million in its first funding round, and the acquisition will help Bakkt improve its risk management and treasury operations. Loeffler wrote, adding that the deal will also help improve Bakkt's anti-money laundering, know your customer operations, etc. And the transaction is expected to be finalized next month. Referencing a regulatory delay in launching the company's anticipated futures exchange, Loeffler added, this acquisition underlines the fact that we're not standing still as we await regulatory approval by the CFTC for the launch of regulated trading in our crypto markets. Our mission requires significant investment in technology to establish an innovative platform, as well as financial market expertise to deliver the most trusted fintech ecosystem for digital assets. So they originally planned to launch the futures exchange January 24th. However, the company's still waiting on approval through the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. So I guess not the SEC, but kind of. As it intends to custody Bitcoin for clients in its own warehouse. The CFTC must first start a 30-day comment period, allowing the general public to weigh in on the proposal, which the regulator has yet to do. So this means that Bakkt will not be able to launch on the 24th, so we're going to have a lot longer before Bakkt. So everybody was kind of excited about Bakkt the first time, then they're like, no, we got to push it back to January 24th. Then they were excited about January 24th, then we're going to have to push it back past that. So now, who knows when they're going to come out, but still waiting on all that regulatory approval, all that good approval stuff. Moving on to coin market cap here, $123 billion market cap. We did have that dip down to 3,600, but then we had sort of a little buy that brought us up about $100 here. So we got this little whale purchase here that brought us up another 200. So again, Bitcoin is going to dump by another 200 probably in a few days, maybe upwards of a week. It's just these whale purchases. It always sort of happens this way. As you can see, if we'll go back 1 month here, we should be able to see it. You can see 3,600. We went to 39, and then it just always dumps by those equal amounts. So we went up a couple hundred there, went down a couple hundred, went down a couple hundred. So if you go up a couple hundred, you go down a couple hundred with these whale purchases. So pretty crazy how that all works, huh? So yeah, make sure you pay attention to the markets. When you see a nice little wall going like that, it's going to dump like about the same amount a few days later. Unless we go into a total bull market where everybody just starts buying, then there won't be enough dumping power to actually dump it that much. But I don't think we're there yet. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and like. This Friday is going to be the podcast at 2 p.m. Arizona time. Got 3 guests. We're going to be live talking about crypto, talking about our crypto trials and tribulations and everything in between. It's going to be pretty amazing. Social media links in the description below. There's going to be a link to the Discord that I hang out in, and there's a podcast subcategory in there. If you go into that podcast subcategory, you can suggest things for us to talk about, and I'm going to look at that during the podcast, and if anybody's got any good ideas, I may just bring them up in the podcast, and we'll all answer them or talk about them. It will be pretty cool. So 3 special guests, including myself, so 4 people, live crypto podcast, going to be live on YouTube and Twitch. Watch whatever platform you would like to see that on. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as usual, I will see you guys next time.